Chapter 1. I'm a professional exorcist. Lee, are you sure this thing works? Aren't you a priest? An old white man with a bushy beard, around 60, looked at the various incense burners surrounding him, feeling the black smoke nearby, and it seemed like he was about to be sacrificed. If it were white smoke, he wouldn't be this worried. Li Long held a cross necklace and solemnly said, "Don't worry. I'm a professional. Please don't speak. I need to chant the incantation to drive away the evil." Upon hearing this, the old man quickly closed his eyes, preparing to accept purification. Front will doesn't turn, back will turns. Kong Sandia, Black Brother, A. Li Long recited the incantation. He secretly opened one eye, noticing that the old man wasn't looking at him. With a flick of his left hand, a small spray bottle appeared, and with a gentle spray, a liquid that shimmered with holy light was released. I feel the holy light. My body feels so relaxed, like I've drunk bubbles. After completing the ritual and collecting a 200 donation, he hurriedly packed up his things and tossed them into his old pickup truck to drive back. He had to drive. There were no street lights on the road at night, and relying on his old truck's flickering lights wasn't safe. Don't ask why I didn't get a new one. Damn America. Even changing a car light is ridiculously expensive. They wanted 70 from him. What a joke. He could still drive without lights, so he might as well make do. Turning the key in the ignition, it felt like this old truck was going to outlive him. He turned on the stereo despite everything. These black folks might not be good at much, but their DJ skills were decent. Having crossed over to a small town in the United States, also known as the USA, for over a year now. The original host was a Chinese American who grew up here, orphaned, with no car or house, and had just graduated high school. One day, at the age of 18, he went to a graveyard party with a bunch of people. Truly, dancing on graves was a death wish. After a night of music, he didn't end up with a beautiful girl, but woke up a bunch of ancestors that a dozen people were surrounded by a group of ghouls. If it weren't for the old pastor from the church coming in with some physical and holy light, driving away the demons, this group would have met their maker. The people weren't taken by the ghouls, but the original host was so scared that he died, which is how he ended up in this body. With the awakening of the system granting him holy light, he directly took over the old pastor's position and became the priest of the town, inheriting the church. As for the old pastor, he had waited 30 to 40 years for a successor and immediately reported to the Vatican for retirement. The church wasn't small, being a small town. The land wasn't worth much, and the 400 square meter church came with an additional 1,000 square meters of vegetable garden. If it weren't for the wonderful America, where gunfights happened daily, he really thought he could enjoy a peaceful retirement life. This version of America was indeed nice. He belonged to a tax-exempt group, probably due to the existence of evil spirits. Ding! You have a new message, please check. A blue translucent screen appeared before him. Wanderer trash, crossed out, chosen one crossing system. Host, Li Long. Age, 19 years and 6 months. Physical qualities, 10. Normal person, 5. Including endurance, strength, stamina, agility, etc. Soul quality, 15. Normal person, 5. Mental strength, perception, illusion resistance, mana limit, spell attack strength, etc. Skills. Gun drawing technique blue, an extraordinary speed of drawing a gun, can complete it within 0.3 seconds, hitting targets within 30 meters with 100 accuracy. Limit. Revolver. Holy water condensation purple, can consume a bit of soul to create 1 liter of holy water. Holy water blue, can deal slight damage to evil beings. After checking his information, Li Long glanced at a circular golden ball at the bottom of the interface, filled with golden water. This was the only function of his system, a lottery. By exorcising evil entities, he could gather energy to fill this golden ball, and once it was full, he could reach out to grab it. His 2 skills were obtained through this method. It was the holy water condensation skill that made him the priest of the town, recognized by the old pastor. In over a year, he had drawn 4 times, twice for skills and twice for items. Relying on one of those items and the attribute boost from the skill draws, Li Long had become quite formidable, gaining a certain reputation among the surrounding towns. Many people in trouble would seek him out, and thanks to continuous exorcisms, he could be said to live quite comfortably in town. Just as he was about to reach out for this round's reward, boom! A huge impact suddenly threw his body forward, and with a bang, he slammed into the steering wheel of the old pickup. There were no airbags in this old car, which was almost older than him, so there was no point in thinking about it. Dazed, he sat up, a red mark on his forehead if one looked closely, They could see a B and a W, while the remaining one was perhaps too old to be discernible. Damn it! What the hell? His attention had slipped for just a moment when a dark figure suddenly appeared on the road, and before he knew it, he had crashed into it. He pushed open the car door, reached for the passenger's seat, grabbing his favorite T&M 1887 that although he had the gun drawing technique, he still preferred this thing under the shotgun. Everyone was equal, especially when facing evil creatures and demons. His boots crunched on the worn asphalt as he turned sideways to check the windshield. Damn, it's broken again. This was already the fourth damage to the car this month. Turning back, he held the shotgun in his left hand and drew a shell from his waist with his right hand to load. Long had two types of shells. The first three were red slugs, specifically for human targets. The last three were golden salt rounds, which he had made himself and were hot commodities as exorcism weapons in several nearby towns. He had soaked high-purity sea salt in holy water for 7 days and nights, allowing the holy power to condense on the salt, then filled it into the bullet head, engraving a holy light cross on the casing. That's how a golden salt round was made. The bullet was loaded. Click, click. He slowly moved forward. Not far away, he saw a dark humanoid figure lying on the ground, and smelling that familiar scent, he guessed it was a ghoul. This was one of the most common types in peaceful America. In peaceful America, where wasn't there a grave? From time to time, ghouls would crawl out from the ground, ponds, wilderness, or even the walls of neighbors. These things were either dealt with by him or the town's residents knew how to handle them. Before the creature could rise, he steadied the gun with his right hand and raised his left to pull the trigger. Bang, bang, bang. 3 shots hit the ghoul's head directly. The exploding black blood splattered out, and the ghoul, which had just been writhing like a maggot, lay quietly on the ground the next moment. Looking rather clean, judging by the hair length, it seemed to be a girl. Sensing that the system had received a faint energy, he knew the ghoul was completely dead. He first ejected the 3 salt rounds from the shotgun and replaced them with 3 slugs before walking over. Chapter 2. Finally a purple one. Walking over with the shotgun, he used the barrel to lift the creature's clothing, revealing its flat chest. He spat directly onto the body. Damn it, it's a guy with a waste of excitement. Don't get him wrong, he wasn't into anything quirky. Anyone in the demon hunting circle knows that female ghouls are more likely to provide useful materials than male ghouls. Monsters may change forms, but their essence remains the same. Females are een, and ghouls are undoubtedly een entities. The teeth of female ghouls are top-notch exorcism materials, while male ghouls, aside from being unfortunate, are mostly useless. They hardly serve any significant purpose other than being a nuisance. Wait. His eyes focused on the creature's left hand, as if he had discovered something. Bending down, ignoring the stench from the corpse demon, he grabbed the other person's left hand. If it weren't for his sharp eyes, he almost missed seeing the ring on the index finger of the left hand. With a quick dig, the dark muck revealed a glimmer of gold. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Li Long's mouth immediately broke into a smile he hadn't lost out. Nice touch. You even know to reimburse me for the bullet expenses. Now, not only was the bullet money reimbursed, but even the car repair costs were covered. With a forceful and rough motion, he pried off the ring that was stuck, rubbed it on his body, and without hesitation, slipped it onto his own index finger. At that moment, darkness descended, and blue, ghostly flames erupted from the corpse demon's body, casting an eerie blue glow on Li Long's face. My precious. The sound of crows crying echoed across the wasteland. Quack, 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 quack. Damn, why is there phosphorus fire too? Li Long quickly stepped back. How long had this corpse demon been around? The rising phosphorus fire almost brushed against his bangs. Reaching out to touch, he caught a whiff of a burnt smell, and his previously joyful expression instantly fell. You sinful corpse demon. Damn it. Even after death, you still haunt me. Grinding his teeth, he kicked the burning corpse demon away. He quickly pulled out a small spray bottle from his pocket, filled with the holy water he had made. Poof. He sprayed it directly at the corpse demon's body upon contact. The ghostly blue phosphorus fire instantly transformed into brilliant golden holy fire. Under the holy fire, the corpse demon's body was immediately reduced to ashes, blown away by the wind, dust returning to dust. Sitting back in the car, he carefully placed the shotgun in the passenger seat. He summoned the control screen again. Luxuriously, he took out a bottle of holy water from his hand buckle, pouring it over his hands to remove any bad luck. He couldn't let that corpse demon affect his fortune. He pulled out his personal Bible. Don't be fooled by the fact that he wasn't a proper pastor. He had all the necessary tools for the job. Wearing a silver-plated cross around his neck, dressed in a golden-patterned priest robe, and wearing first-layer black leather shoes, he even carried a Bible wrapped in cowhide, issued by the church when performing exorcisms. No matter how you looked at it, it was just two words: authentic. When out in the field, professionalism mattered. Otherwise, he wouldn't be charging $200 for an exorcism at the very least. Opening the Bible and placing it on his chest, he closed his eyes and silently whispered, "Hallelujah." Thinking to himself, may God bless, regardless of whether he believed or not. He was now an employee of the Almighty. He was the boss and had to look out for himself. Once everything was done, he stretched out his hand and pulled out a colorful sphere. The moment he took it out, the colorful light continuously flowed and changed, finally locking onto purple. Hophii, as long as it's not blue sky and white clouds. The items he pulled out range from low to high: white, blue, purple, green, red, gold. Just like the 4 times he drew before, he had a black face, getting 3 blues and 1 purple. The purple one was a reward from a beginner's lottery for obtaining holy water. This time, it seemed like his luck had exploded. It looked like he would need to use holy water to wash his hands next time. God bless. Once again, he silently muttered, "Hallelujah." He pierced the sphere with his finger and saw a beam of light merge into his body, then checked his personal information. Wander garbage crossed out, chosen one's extraction system. Host, Li Long. Age, 19 years and 6 months. Physical quality, 10-13. Normal person, 5. Including endurance, strength, stamina, agility, etc. Soul quality, 15-16. Normal person, 5. Light energy, 10. Mental strength, perception, illusion resistance, mana limit, spell attack strength, etc. Skills. Gun drawing technique, blue. Extraordinary gun drawing speed, can complete the draw within 0.3 seconds, hitting 100 within 30 meters. Limit. Revolver. Holy water condensation, purple. Can consume a bit of soul to obtain 1 liter of holy water. Holy water, blue. Can cause slight damage to evil creatures. Light energy purification, purple. Consumes 5 points of light energy to remove all negative factors from a target, while also causing considerable damage to evil creatures. Damage skills have come out, and they can assist. Finally, I've been waiting for you. Good thing I didn't give up. Looking at the skill effects, Li Long almost jumped out of the car seat. This was an attack skill, and it was one that could directly attack. Don't be fooled by how impressive he was against the corpse demon. In reality, if he encountered a more powerful evil, he would run faster than anyone else. Not for any other reason, but because of the grade of the holy water he condensed. Although it could regenerate, a blue grade was still a blue grade, and no matter how much you had, you couldn't kill a high-level demon. Now, it was different. Although the light energy purification skill could only be used twice, if used well, it could at least keep him safe when encountering powerful foes. The reincarnation rate of exorcists in America wasn't low. Poof, poof, poof. The old pickup finally made it back home. Before Li Long could get out of the car, someone ran out of the church. The person was at most 18, but that chest, wow, TSK, oh, foul play. How could she charge in with the ball? Moving away from that spot and looking at the face with blonde pigtails, green pupils, and wearing a nun's outfit, this was the intangible cultural heritage given to him by the old pastor. 18-year-old Emma, no title that Li, you're back. After parking, he carefully locked the garage door. He had to lock it, or else who knows if he would even see the car frame the next day. Everyone knows about the security situation in America. Stepping out of the garage and looking at the person, I'm back. Did anything happen at home? No. With Jesus' blessing, ordinary people wouldn't dare come. But Aunt Lisa called, saying something strange is happening at her house. Why don't you go take a look? Aunt Lisa. She could be considered one of his old clients, coming to the church for services regularly and often bringing him and Emma some sweet pastries. Okay, I'll go now. The town wasn't big. He could take his time walking. A single-story house with a small yard was Aunt Lisa's home. Smelling the air, he felt a familiar scent. It seemed like an old acquaintance, or perhaps an old evil demon. Entering the house, he saw a strangely shaped dog with horns on its head, green smoke coming from its mouth, oversized teeth, a big head, and a small body. Hello, Lee. Damn, I knew it was you.